the foundation of business credit versus personal credit. This is the foundation, y'all, so I'm going to be very loose about this. I have some questions, push one. You don't feel like pushing one, hit me up, hfrn.foundation@gmail.com. But, so here it is. I ain't really, going to get too heavy in this. So we've got business credit and we got personal credit. We all know personal credit. It's the social, it's what they, you go into Macy's or something, they ask you want to open a card. They ask for your social security number. What they're doing is they're running your personal credit. That's what they're doing. Off top. That's a personal credit profile. There are specific benefits to that, and there are specific liabilities for that. The other and or the opposite spectrum, when it comes to credit, public credit, and the establishment of public credit is public business credit. That being, what one would know as corporate credit. Okay. Most of y'all know that, the corporate credit, it deals with the Duns and Bradstreet number. I know, there'd be a lot of convolution going on with that. Let me tell you, number one, do not pay for a Duns and Bradstreet number. Number one, do not pay for a Duns and Bradstreet number. Number one, do not pay for a Duns and Bradstreet number. Y'all my family, right? They're free. Getting them is free. Don't do it. If you're paying for a Duns and Bradstreet number, I apologize. I hope that you continue to do business, and in your next business, you do not pay for that Duns and Bradstreet number. Cool. I'm gonna focus on the compare and contrast right now with regards to the two. This is kind of how I'm gonna do it. So, business credit. There's two reasons why we do business credit. Now, if you're not doing this in this manner, you're not doing it, in my opinion, correctly. The first and foremost reason is limited liability. That means we can go into business and do whatever we're doing and limit our personal liability, the personal credit with regards to the business credit. When we've heard of bankrupting the corporation went bankrupt, most of us, when we hear that, we think it was all bad. But, a true business owner, if they bankrupt the corporation, it does not affect them personally at all. That's number one. We do not personally guarantee. Now, when you're dealing with business credit in certain profiles and you're looking to get credit extended beyond, say $100,000, depending on how the business credit was set up, you may have to personally guarantee or they will not extend that credit. You know what I'm saying? But that's like an elevated, accelerated level, or what I would call tier of, business credit. But we're not responsible. We're not responsible for the debts. It's limited liability. So, with that being, the corporation comes into play. As far as the business credit, it will not affect the personal credit. Number two, the second reason is corporations usually are extending higher credit limit amounts than individuals. Most individuals are not high net worth individuals, not doctors, attorneys, business owners, so on and so forth. So, depending on how the business credit profile is built out, within a short period of time, that business credit profile can be extending credit and trade lines and revolving credit lines that are much higher than the personal, sometimes than the personal could ever get. So those are the two reasons, in my opinion, why it's prudent that, we do business properly. And this is why I want to explain, the difference between business credit and personal credit. Now, when it comes to, this is my perfect example, I love saying this. We all have a cell phone. So on the personal side, we apply for the cell phone. Some of us can get, 4 lines. Some of us can get 3. Some of us can get 2 lines, and then we got to do a deposit for, the extra lines or whatever. Who knows? Some of us got to do a top deposit on the first line. And it is what it is. But when that personal cell phone bill is paid, when that personal cell phone bill is not paid and is charged off, it affects the personal credit negative. When the personal bill is paid, it does not affect the personal bill positive, retrospectively. On the business side, the corporate business side, you have a corporate business phone. You have a corporation that you administer. It has a business credit profile. It has a business, AT&T account, mobile phone account, and as a fringe benefit for, administering that corporation, you have one of those phones. Every time the bill is paid on time for that business, it counts positive as a positive mark on the credit. Same way, like, if you had a credit card and you paid on time, you'll have a certain number of months that you paid it on time, or you haven't paid on time, or the student loan, or, the mortgage, or, the vehicle loans. Those loans, like those ones that you pay on time, it counts, it's a positive credit history. It's a small part of, the overall credit score. A smaller part of the overall credit score versus it's a larger part of the overall credit score on the business side. So that's one of them. Also, titling vehicles, a company vehicle versus a personal vehicle. My personal experience, my personal favorite. Titling vehicles in the corporation when it comes to parking tickets. They're not the responsibility of, the personal, the individual. All corporate liabilities, monetary-wise, are the responsibility of the corporation. So if the vehicle is titled in the corporation, it's the responsibility of the corporation. Anytime that I had insurance and it wasn't corporate insurance, invoice the corporation and get reimbursed. So those are two main, real fundamental, I feel, differences between business reporting and personal reporting. Now, business credit, when you're dealing with Duns & Bradstreet, if y'all really want to do it, some of us, don't need private instruction with, public information because it's so easily accessible. I know if you're anything like me, I didn't really, the only energy exchange that really came with me learning the public information was my time. So when it comes to the corporate credit, I just learned on my own. So it's dnb.com, D as in Daniel, N as in Nathaniel, B as in Barry, like Obama's nickname. Barack, his nickname was Barry. dnb.com to get your Duns & Bradstreet number. I suggest you look over the site. I suggest you don't just jump in and start doing stuff, become familiar with the site, become familiar with what it is that they're doing, and become familiar with the Duns & Bradstreet number itself, but don't pay for it. Don't pay for it. It's free. Also, when it comes to, personal versus business, I'll say this. Been able to figure out a way to take a lot of liabilities off me personally, me personally, so L, and put them onto the corporation. In that study, when you're dealing with Dun & Bradstreet, and you're dealing with this business credit profile, you're dealing with the administration of a corporation. Understand what I'm saying? So the administration of a corporation requires, understanding. So there's an expense publication that's put out by the Internal Revenue Service, as well as a fringe benefit publication that's put out by the Internal Revenue Service. Now check this out. It doesn't matter if you got a home-based business. And if you know me and you listen to any of my shows, like home-based businesses is the same to me. When you're dealing with setting it up as a standalone entity, when you're dealing with setting it up as a corporation and having to be taxed by itself and limiting your liability, all you got to do is measure the square footage that the business leases in the home, and then substantiate for that. Invoice the business, and then the business will cut a check, to you. That's one of the criteria. That's one of the substantiation factors, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I speak from experience. You need an attorney, a lawyer, some sort of a professional. I suggest that you contact and find a competent attorney, lawyer, CPA, and these professionals. I'm speaking from experience. But if you're not substantiating that, this is a corporation with corporate expenses, then how is it going to be taxed as a corporation and considered a corporation when it comes to the Internal Revenue Service? But yeah, home-based businesses, those things work. Those work. Home-based business works. I don't want nobody feeling bad if you got a home-based business or if you got to start off with a home-based business. It doesn't matter. Hit me up, HFRN.foundation@gmail.com. I got a business credit manual. The starter, tier 1, get you popping. People charge, they learn this and then charge people about an hour to teach it to them. You're supposed to take notes while you pay for stepping on toes. Pancake feet out here, man. Pancaking toes. So L. So yeah, hit me up, email me. I'll reply to the email. I'll attach it. You read it. If you follow that step by step, you'll be in tier 2 of your business credit within 2 months. I'm serious. So you'll be excited. Come on, corporate gas cards and corporate, credit cards, and to substantiate, you got to get with a CPA. You got to get with that fringe benefits publication. You got to get with that expense publication from the IRS. Don't play around with this. But handle it. So, with that being said, maybe the home-based business, rents, a portion of the rent in the home, the home-based business needs to have access for its, employees to a restroom, right? Okay, so could that be kind of, in the what would you call it, the agreement part of the square footage could be part of the restroom, the bathroom. So, maybe wouldn't there be some supplies there, right? Some supplies, could be incurred. If you follow what I'm saying, so, we got some toilet paper, some, what else we got? Some soap, hand soap. You got some toilet bowl cleaner, stuff that I already purchased in my home. You know what I mean? Stuff that I already need for that bathroom. I'm gonna set up a trade line on a business that's not personally guaranteed and start getting it with that. Why? So why would I do that? So, cause number one, every time I buy toilet paper, man, and pay the bill for it, it's counting towards a positively. Towards business credit, towards a credit profile, is building a credit profile. That's why. It's like a win-win situation. I get to have a clean, vessel. I get to have a clean body. I get to have soap, clean hands when I walk out the restroom. And I get to build business credit while doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that on the personal side. Ooh. So it would be better for me in my situation to maybe acquire, these things through the business. That's me. My name is So L, man. I'm not telling you to do anything. I was talking to my people, my family, right? I was talking to my people. Next thing, hey, I'm an employee for the corporation. I'm looking at the fringe benefits. It says meals in there. Meals? Oh. Maybe some of the square footage is, part of that kitchen, part of that refrigerator. Maybe I could company expend some food, some dish soap, maybe some mops, some brooms, stuff that I already buy, But, I'm gonna talk to my CPA. I don't know. Let's see what can happen. I mean, ultimately, if the account is in the name of the business. This is what I'm thinking. If the account is in the name of the business, so it's and the business is set up as its own entity, and the IRS already told me that was good because they sent me a letter and told me, like, you're good. This business is good. And this is an account. This is what we call it. What am I looking for, y'all? This is a required payment in the name of the corporation. Off top, it looks good, Now, maybe if there's an audit, because suddenly you came into some information and you've been filing your taxes like this for years, 20 years, 21 years, and suddenly your taxes come in 1 year completely different on some other stuff like me, and let's say you get an audit, all these expenses are titled in the corporate. This is titled in the corporation. Number one. Well, what about these expenses? I'm trying to attach this to you. Basically, they're trying to attach whatever I paid, the corporation paid for this expense, as income to me personally. This is what they're trying to do. This is what IRS. This is what audit is when it comes to the corporate. Pretty much on this level, what I'm talking about. Well, sir, according to the fringe benefit and according to the expense publications from the IRS, I would beg to differ. That was me. And then, crickets, and then release of funds. That's my personal experience. That's what I dealt with. Because I have substantiation, because I studied the documents. I didn't jump out there and act like I've acted in the past, because I know how I've behaved in the past has got me to where I am right now, and I'm not doing it. That's why I'm on high frequency. That's why I'm learning this new information. That's why I'm open to doing something different, So with this one, I'm going to learn. I learned as much as I could before I did this. I learned as much as I could about corporations, expenses, fringe benefits, 1099, W-2s, employees, all of it. Accounts billable, accounts payable. different types of accounting, different types of bookkeeping, just to have an understanding of this. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying in my situation, it was better for me to purchase these items with the corporation. It was better for the corporation. The corporation had that responsibility already established, you know. So what if it was a new corporation? It needed a place to exist. It needed a place for its, you know, for its administrator to do business on its behalf. Crickets. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I did. That's what happened to me. That's what I did, and that's what happened to me. You know, my family, I would suggest my family do exactly what I did so that I could trust what happened to me would happen exactly to them. So what I'm saying is when you go to the Duns & Bradstreet website, you know, dnb.com, and you're going through this, you understand this, and if you want to understand it for real, hit me up, HFRN, foundation, @gmail.com. And I will send you a great resource. I read the whole thing. I looked at it. I was like, yo, this is dope. This is it. This right here, I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to make nothing for my people that's already here. So, you know, it's great. It's a great amount of information we're talking about. Learn this stuff. If you ain't trying to learn this stuff, man, I don't care what, you know, I do care. I'm sorry. You take that back. I do care what happens to you, but it's on you, brother. It's on you, sister. I'm trying to think of another situation. Corporation. Okay, so the corporation that I administer. Let me say this properly. The corporation that I administer is going to buy a vehicle. On behalf of the corporation, I've been discussing the purchase of this vehicle with you know, the dealer in the past, you know, few days, honestly. And the dealer, they got to me. I told them what I was trying to do with the corporation. They hit me back. Actually, I didn't answer the phone and left a message. They hit me back and they were like, you know, because I told them like the company is willing to put anything down that's required so that the vehicle can be financed from the company with no personal guarantee. On the voicemail, he was like, with $10,000 down, you can finance the vehicle with no personal guarantee. Now, I know that sounds crazy for a lot of people. $10,000, gee. So, you know, that's kind of like, once you get working with your business, you understand the finances, and the business can do that. But you got to understand, that could be a line of credit from a bank that's used, you know. So, that could be, you know, corporate funds. And on top of that, that's a company expense. Now, at any point in time, if the corporation, quote, 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 is unable to pay the payments for that vehicle and that vehicle is repossessed, that will not affect, you know, my personal credit. So in that specific situation, it's better for me to use the corporation to acquire this vehicle. Y'all feel where I'm going with this? The main thing that's got to, you know, be understood, in my opinion, with regards to business credit is, you know, it's like I said, we got to understand that, you know, what we were doing got us here, which we're not too happy with, especially financially. We just got to admit it. So we're open to doing different things from here on out to accept and be a part of a different outcome, a better outcome. The biggest thing about business credit is paying those invoices on time, which brings me to another point. You got net credit, and we've got revolving credit. All right. Now, when one talks about Duns and Bradstreet, I'm sure ain't no gurus listening. Maybe y'all are. Tuck your toes, because I'm about to. When one's talking about business credit has two different profiles. There's a revolving credit profile. It has its own profile. And then there is a net credit profile. And it has its own profile. I'm speaking about the net side of the business credit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? There's two different sides and two different ways that these sides are reported. The net side, N-E-T side, is reported by Duns and Bradstreet predominantly. Okay? Net terms break down to usually 10, 15, 30, and 90 days, sometimes 180 days. 10, 15, 30, sometimes 90, and 180 days. That means that the entire amount needs to be paid off within this time. Not a minimum payment, not part of it, all of it. All of it. All of it. Now, net credit, the Duns and Bradstreet, what is that? What is Duns and Bradstreet? Paydex. The Paydex score, okay? Which is, everybody, people talk about this Paydex score. Duns and Bradstreet reports net credit vendors. And net credit vendors only at this point, from my understanding. Net. You have to pay the entire balance off within the terms. 15 days, 20, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. I've seen 20 days. I've seen 10 days. If you don't, all bad. So we have to get into our mind that these invoices, the corporation must pay them on time. They must pay it on time. Okay? These bills need to be paid on time. It's not you. It's not me. I can't mess around with these books. I can't mess around with these funds and these obligations. When the corporation becomes insolvent, there are specific statutes and regulations that govern an insolvent corporation. And in order to keep your limited liability, in order for it not to affect the personal credit, which is the first reason why we do business in corporations, with corporate entities, publicly. It's a limited liability personally. It needs to be administered properly. And once it goes insolvent, there are specific rules. And if it goes insolvent, if the accounting, the books don't look right, it's not your bank account. It's the corporation's bank account. You're just a signer on the bank account. For everyone freaked out about giving up the social when you go open up your bank account, you're just a signer. You gotta understand what a signer is. It's a corporate account. As long as you act in a specific fiduciary capacity, you will have a limited liability in the capacity of a signer. So, all my Moors, do your dance. All my nationals, do your dance. So, net credit is reported by Duns and Bradstreet, y'all. This is the trade lines. When you hear trade lines, that's the net. That's predominantly the net credit. And like I said, home-based business, you start with things like toilet paper and dish soap and mops and things that are already being purchased in the facility where the business is renting or leasing space, a portion of space. If you follow what I'm saying. I know. I'm sorry. We got text. Yeah, I'm my energy is a little off, yo. I apologize if it's noticeable. I'm good. I'll be good. Everything's good. We're lovely. So, the importance of paying these invoices on time, the specific and specificity that net credit and revolving credit are the two components to a business credit profile. I want to get into a couple more, situations and, a couple more methods. Obtaining business credit on the net side initially, there are specific vendors that will extend credit on a brand new business. Essentially all you got to have is, specific criteria that's met. You hit me up at hfrn.foundation@gmail.com. We can speak in the private, and we can go over specifically all of that. I'm not going to go through that in the public show. You know what I mean? There's only so much time that I got on the show, and the stuff that I want to get through. But they will extend brand new businesses. You can tell them exactly when you incorporate. And they'll extend business credit off the tippy top. So, that helps, especially if you're starting a business or you're starting a business credit profile and you don't have very much funds to use to fund the business initially. And that's what you're doing, funding the business. If anything's coming out your pockets, better write that down because that was an investment in the business. At the very least, that's a deduction on your 1040, on your taxes, on your turbo tax or your, H&R block tax or your whatever tax. Your 1040 EZ or whatever you're doing. We got to handle this specifically how this needs to be handled. So there are vendors that will extend credit right away. I suggest that if you're looking to do what I said I did, what I described in my life, if you're looking to do what I did, I suggest it, when one begins with the things that are already being purchased. I can't emphasize that enough. Why create new bills? I'm having trouble with the bills I got. Man, I know you feel me. So we don't create new bills. We just got to understand how to do things differently. Now, if we go and get, things like toilet paper and dish soap, every 2 weeks, you might have to stop that. Because, a lot of times these vendors, the median, the average, what their terms are is 30 days. So you want to think about getting 30 days worth of toilet paper, getting 30 days worth of dish soap, getting 30 days worth of hand soap. And they got a lot of stuff, man. Mop buckets. You just got to look through it. Heaters, air conditioners, fire extinguishers. I'm just going off the top of my head. File cabinets, furniture, checks. You can open your corporate account. There's a vendor that you can hit up. They'll extend you credit right away, and they'll send you checks for your company account. But you got to pay them. Otherwise, it's all bad. You got to pay them when they send that invoice. The corporation needs to pay them. Company shirts, company pens. I've got clothes. Just be creative and, take some time out to go through the brochures, take some time out to go through the websites, take some time out to go through the catalogs and what they have, and be realistic. That's the number one rule, is be realistic. Like, do I realistically need this, or am I really over here tripping? Am I geeking because they gave me a, credit limit? I got credit limit. I got company credit limit. Woo! We got to separate it. This is the business. Relax. I got some. I live in a area with snow. I got these boots, and they look like police boots when they came. They're dope. They're like the nicest boots I've ever gotten, like winter boots. I'm not talking about cowboy boots. I don't do that dance. They're like winter boots, but man, they're cold and they go up like almost to my calf, and got them on business credit because, the administrator of the business needs to be able to, not slip and hurt themselves. It works. My CPA said it works. But, they look like, I didn't like them because when I put them on, they look like the police boots. You know what I mean? What they got over there. And I ain't got nothing against the police, but I ain't trying to dress like them either. But the boots look like police boots, and I've had people, I'm digressing, I'm sorry. But I've had people, I've been out and people look at me, and they look at my boots, and then they look at me again. And I kind of feel like I want to explain, but then I know you be looking guilty when you be explaining out the blue. But I got these with business credit, y'all. Straight up, I'm not. Just business credit is, it's business credit. Boots, shoes. If you're standing up, those shoes with the extra soles. I mean, just be creative and just be patient, and just don't do anything that you don't need or the corporation doesn't need because you need it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how you're doing that dance. Now, Duns and Bradstreet, I can't go over it. You're gonna need a specific code. It's what is it? What's that code? Man, it's been a while. What's the code? I'm choking on air. SIC code. SIC code. And then there's like NCIS code. I don't know that one. I know it's SIC. Sam, Isaac, Charlie. SIC code. And I think it's what is it? Sector indicator code. I could be completely off. I'm guessing, y'all. But basically what that code identifies is, and that's why I say sector, it identifies what sector that the business is in. Is it a real estate management company? Is it a construction company? Is it a clean company? Excuse me. Is it a car detailing company? I'm telling you, and there's a code for everything. So, definitely whatever your industry is, industry sector of the corporation, you definitely want to find that code. And that would be the SIC code. I think it's sector identifying code. I don't know. Sector industry code. I don't know. But I know it's SIC code. So when you're doing your Duns and Bradstreet dance, you'll need that. And when you're setting up your, the Duns and Bradstreet profile. Now, I don't know your industry. But if you need help finding your code, hit me up, hfrn.foundation@gmail.com. I mean, I'll be happy to serve. But it's not hard. Toes. I'm just out here trying to step on toes. Because I would like to do business with more of my people. I would like to do business with more of my like-minded people. I'm tired of seeing my people in situations that are less than advantageous, quality of life, cost of living. These things need to be improved. Not necessarily speaking with regards to race, even though the people that look like me, that more resemble me, are the ones that are, more often than not held lower. But I've also been into trailer parks, and I've seen, come on, man, if that's not the hood, I don't know. I'm not talking any mess. I'm just saying, we're all being affected. And, when I say step on toes, I think there should be more people out here giving with the mentality of gift and service and, currency and self-indulgence, or what I get out of it should be secondary. And I'm just trying to be one of them people to the best of my ability, one of those cats. And, I feel like if I step on enough toes, or if I feel like I'm stepping on toes, people ain't getting, if you're listening to, the foundation on High Frequency Radio Network, you're not having to deal with a lot of people that I know are out there, quote. And, if you know me, I don't say any names. It's not personal with me, with regards to other people. It's just personal with me with regards to my people. If you understand where I'm coming from. And so when I say stepping on toes, it's not really a gimmick. I'm not trying to, be cool or anything. I'm serious, and I laugh when I'm laughing about it. When I when I say I'm stepping on toes, because to me it's funny. I'm laughing because it's true, and a lot of truth is said in jest. And just because someone laughing when they're saying something doesn't mean you shouldn't take heed to what they're saying. And this is something that I live by, something that I know to be true, and something that I pass along to my family. Back to the business credit, because I'm just going to start wrapping it up. Really, the business credit versus personal credit. I'm going to tell you that there are specific instances where I see it beneficial to come from a personal perspective with regards to credit. Those specific instances, specifically being purchasing a home if the business can't do it, purchasing a vehicle if the business can't do it, and obviously student loans. I would also say to check publication 15B because, continuing education and, schooling consequently is a fringe benefit of, being an administrator of a corporation. So I would like everyone to keep that in mind, but, let's talk about purchasing a home. Now, we got what's known as the Federal Housing Authority, right? Maybe you haven't heard of it, but it's the FHA. And there's a first-time home buyers program. All right? Why do you care? Cool. First-time home buyers are eligible for a very, very, very small payment. And depending on your income and your debt-to-income ratio, if you have W-2s, really what they want to see is your W-2s and your last 2 to 3 months of bank statements. They'll let you know how much you qualify for, how much loan they'll give you, and then you start looking for a property. It's that simple. I'm not playing. Yes. So, first-time home buyer. The qualification is for a single-family home, right? But the first-time home buyer guidelines specify that single-family, duplex, triplex, and fourplex, you're eligible for a first-time home buyer. Why is that important? And we'll go back to the first point. Very low down payment. Very low. Very, very low down payments. So the thing that keeps a lot of, my people out of home ownership is, that down payment. People think that, man, I ain't got it. Now, I'm going to tell you traditionally, the mortgage is cheaper than your rent. And especially, to all my couples, married or not, you got children and stuff, and you're working hard to provide a certain type of lifestyle for your children. You probably be in a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and you're renting. I'm telling you, I don't be arbitrary. 7 times out of 10, the mortgage is going to be cheaper than the rent that you're paying right now. Now, when we're dealing in multifamilies, the duplex, the triplex, the fourplex, we're dealing with a situation where your overall mortgage can be augmented. You know what I'm saying? You can be in a situation where the mortgage is not even being paid. You're not even responsible for it personally because the rent that's being brought in is paying the mortgage. Now, whoa. Let's back up for a second. Are you mean to tell me those sentences and paragraphs that you just said it was about a minute maybe, that I can be in a position where I'm not having to pay rent or my mortgage? Yeah, man, sister, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that because I'm speaking from experience. One of the, if not the biggest responsibility that we have is rent or shelter, food, clothing, and shelter. Those are the biggest liabilities, personally. Now, if you can get in the position to where, you don't have to worry about the shelter, imagine how much extra cash you would have. Imagine how much cooler you'd be mentally going into work, knowing how much extra money, like all this time that you working, you got plans. You're freer. Imagine how different your life would be if for next month you wouldn't have to pay your rent or your mortgage. If the month after that you didn't have to pay, and then the month after that, and then we get to 6 months and you haven't paid rent, and then we get to 8 months and you haven't paid rent. In my particular position, when I started out, the renters were able to pay. They were paying the mortgage, the taxes, and the insurance. I was clearing $33, and I was just putting that on a principle. I'm not playing. I felt like I was doing something wrong. Like the first couple months I was getting those checks, I felt like, what? Like I'm not paying rent, I'm getting rent. Like depositing them checks. Like I felt like I was doing. It felt really weird, but it felt really good. But I'm telling you, it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. Like by the second or third month, I was getting used to it. By the 12th month, it was just, I can't imagine going back. By the 24th, by those months, it was like, what? When people get to talking about that, but when I eliminated rent, y'all, when I eliminated that monthly bill, that every day, like I go home, all my stuff is in there. You know what I'm saying? That's where I keep all my stuff. That's where all my clothes are. That's where all my valuables are. And it's, especially apartments. They put some thing under this. We coming in. We'll be in your house. We'll be in your apartment. We're going to be in your unit on this day between this time. Like, they just walking in my stuff. No, man, I own my stuff. Ain't nobody walking in nothing. But, just that fear, of every month, man, I got to pay the rent, man. And, and we got the car payment. And we got the food. And we got, maybe, so many other things that we want to do that we can't. Because I got the rent, because I got the car payment. All right. What do you want to do now? You just got the car payment. You got to pay the food. Don't worry about the rent's good. Man, that's a different life. It's different. So in that specific situation, and that's the one that I adamantly, at this point, now legislation may change, and I'll put out an update. If I'm still in the public, I'll put out an update. But we're all diligent. And we're all supposed to be responsible for our own education. So don't be responsible. Don't say so, man. You didn't put out an update, and it's all bad. Like, look, man, you got hip, so now stay hip. You know what I mean? As soon as you get with the program, it's up to you to stay with the program. I'm just here to help you get with the program. That's me. So I'm adamantly, at this point right now, I'm adamantly for using the social, and, getting the first-time home buyer. Now, look, listen to what I'm about to say, y'all, because I'm going to say this very carefully. Hold on, man. Hold on. Turn this off. Turn it off. When I first started hearing and seeing information with regards to give away the social, rescind the social, get rid of the social, get off the social, you know what I'm saying? It really struck me as odd because I've studied. You know what I'm saying? I've studied. So having studied, I'm being vague, y'all. Might have to download this and check it out, but I'm being vague. I'm speaking between the lines right now. Having studied, I can see the reason why that information was put out there. I could see the benefit and who would benefit, what actually would benefit for that information being out there at this point in time, because, you know, of the other information that's out there with regards to the UCC, I'm just going to say it, with regards to discharge. Booty up my shot. That's all I'm saying, y'all. If you can understand what I just said, man, it's crazy. And you can start seeing it like me, like, yo, if you look around, like, let's say this is conscious. We in a conscious community, right? Let's just say we're in a conscious community, right? We're in a conscious community. Okay, so I wasn't here the whole time, this conscious community. I'm going to say I was conscious for a long time, spiritual, whatever you want. I'm questioning, inquisitive, seeker of truth, soaked for a long time. I've been soaked for a long time. But I haven't been in this community for a long time. I'm coming into contact with other people. You know, I'm dealing with people in the private, and, you know, they're bringing up people, and I'm saying, no, I'm not familiar with this individual, you know what I mean? And, you know, because I'm hearing people ask me, you know, clients ask me about it, people who I consult ask me about it, I'll check these people out because I want to be able to tell them, like, you know, that's what's up. Or, you know, hey, I'm not messing with that, you know, I just tell you what I do, you know. But when I got my head up here into this conscious community and I see what's going on, man, sister, there's a lot of misinformation out here. There's a lot of information that will get you locked up. There's a lot of information that will get you indicted. There's a lot of stuff out here that if you don't know what you're doing, you know, you're going to mess up your life. And in doing that, you're going to mess up other people's life because, you know, unless you're straight up sociopath, there's people on this earth that care about you. And it's going to not sit well with them that you are not sitting well. You understand where I'm coming from? There's stuff out, there's some dangerous stuff out in the conscious community, is what I'm trying to say. It's really cutthroat out here, y'all. I'm not playing. It's business. I mean, there's people out here looking at this as a straight business. Cutthroat. Don't care about you, your family, your money, your life's work, nothing. Out here to get paper. And a lot of people think just because they're conscious. I'm going to tell you, my name is So L, and I ain't saying no names. But if you check my move and you check my demonstration, you can see where I'm at. I'm on High Frequency Radio Network. A lot of people out here where I'm not at is not what's up. A lot. A lot of people out here, you know, are hurting people and taking their money and then disappearing. You can't get a hold of them. They're not replying to their emails. They're writing your number down if they're still doing shows. They're writing your number down and they won't take your call. They're screening their calls. I don't screen my calls on my shows. Anybody who's dealt with me with trust, anybody who's dealt with me with the Private Family Foundation, anybody who's dealt with me at all, can call in live and hit the button on me. But I'm telling you, I'm serious. When the point comes where I'm out in public, it's not going to be because my name was burned up. I'm going to tell you that. And a lot of cats out here, their name is burn up. And they're not honorable. And a lot of cats, I'm going to tell you like it is, I was an artist, a musical artist. I don't like to really talk about it too much because, that was a different time of my life. I was successful. I was international. But if people ask me, I'll tell them because, you know what I mean? I'm shame in my game. But that's not what it's So L now. Y'all understand? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. But in my other life, there's a complete distinction that helped me survive, period, to go from a local commercial realm, commercial success, to a state, and then regional, national, international. And then wouldn't it happen if I didn't understand this distinction? And I'm giving this to y'all for free. There's talent and there's suits. period. Now, talent, they're creators. You know what I mean? They're the ones who, we're out here, we create stuff. We're making it, essentially, I was a product to be marketed, to be booked, to be sold because of the movement that I have behind me. Because if I come to your club, there's mad people there. I'm telling them to go to their bar, they go into the bar, they buying all the stuff. I'm saying on the microphone, and you know me, if you're doing it like me, you're buying this and such, and everybody's buying that. But I'm telling you, I'm not having my fans buy no corny stuff, and I'm not going to do no disservice. So there were certain things that I would do and I wouldn't do, and there were certain things that I could do and I couldn't do, and there's certain money that I made and I didn't make. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that, and I was always cool with that. But the suits, they have no talent. The suits, they get paid off of talent. Some of us are talent, and when we incorporate the suit side with it, we understand business. So we can market our product or our service, what we create, and build it from there. But there's people who do not build. And all they do is get paid off of, being some sort of middleman. And in this conference community, there's suits and there's artists. And the suits are just trying to get paid. And the suits be around the artists. They be around, the conscious cats, and they be hearing and they be seeing their reactions, and they see what the vernacular, what the speech can get them in return, but they ain't got nothing to give at all, really. And what they're giving you is something else that someone else created. They just really hooking you up, and they charge a fee. And that's cool, man. That's a service. That's a service. But with this right here, especially when you're dealing with commerce and you're dealing with UCC and stuff, man, it can hurt people. So, my little rant, I just want y'all to know, it's cutthroat out here. Not everybody's conscious, and not everybody can or will behave how you expect them to behave in this conscious community. You know what I mean? They're not going to do what you think they should do in a specific situation. And a lot of us got to learn the hard way. I'm seeing people learn the hard way all the time. I'm doing private consultations with people who have gotten consultation and spent a lot of money with other people to really just tear their whole to tear their whole situation up. Really. Just to tear it all up and then disappear. I've had people send me to websites and show me the bad reviews on the people, the last person they dealt with. I'm not playing, y'all. So with that being said, be diligent with regard to this stuff. Just don't take people's stuff for face value. People's word for face value. Tell them, give them that you want to think about it at the very least. Do your own research. And once again, don't stop paying for everything. Stop paying so much for the stuff you are paying for. With that being said, I do private education with regards to trust and foundations. I do corporate structure and wealth management. I do private wealth management in the private. This is the information that we present at the private events, and this is what I do in the private. If you like to get with me on that in the private, email me, hfrn.foundation@gmail.com. And, we can contract in the private. It's offer and acceptance from that point forward. Moving forward, I don't speak on anything I haven't done that I'm not familiar with, that I don't speak from a standpoint of experience. And if I don't know, I'm going to tell you. And, even though some people may pretend like they know, I'll tell you if I don't know, but I'll find out. And, with that being said, it's very little that I've encountered since I've been doing this on high frequency that I didn't know, which has been really cool, It just shows me how much I studied and I guess I show myself approved. With that being said, there's some spots open for the private wealth, family business private wealth seminar, symposium, consortium, March 25th. It's in Dallas area. Actually, it's really close to the airport. It's within shuttle distance of DFW. So last minute, if you're in the area, you want to get there, still getting emails with regards to people showing up. So I guess, I know sometimes I'm last minute too. So if you want to, come to the event, hit me up, HFRN, Foundation at gmail.com. That event is being presented by, the Foundation Media Group, LLC, the Vault Media Group, LLC, as well as High Frequency Radio Network Global. It's all of us. We in here. Just got confirmation that, Yusuf is going to be in the building. Like I said, last minute. It's cool. HFRN, Foundation at gmail.com. $125 for a single, $200 if you come as a couple. And, you don't have to be a couple, you don't have to be married. Couple means two. I'm being very specific about the definition of the word couple. You should too. Don't be weird. About to open up the phone lines in a second. I do want to say I appreciate High Frequency Radio Network. I appreciate Yusuf L. I appreciate everyone who has supported the foundation, every Wednesday in the archives. I see y'all. Live listeners, I see y'all on the internet. If you're listening from the internet, I see y'all. Anyone, overseas, if you can't call in, you can listen to the internet. And, I appreciate it. At the end of March, I'm very impressed with the reception. I know a lot of that has to do because, it's on high frequency, but, nonetheless, just want to thank y'all. I don't want to take it for granted that, if anyone is, checking it out because, they're really dealing with so ill in the foundation. I appreciate you, seriously, 100% all the way through. So, that being said, coming up on 30 minutes to the hour, 424-222-5250. If you got any questions, you can press 1. I can pull you in. We had to end the show. End the show with the questions. I'm starting to lose my voice. Must be the end of the show. I'm just playing. Doesn't necessarily have to be on the foundation. On business credit, personal credit. No, I'm not going to be particular. I'm not usually particular. If you feel like I missed anything, you got a question with regards to the topic, press 1. Don't be shy. I'll get at you. This is a time where, we can do this. Otherwise, working in a private, this is my charity. This is what I give to my brothers and sisters every week here on the foundation. Otherwise a workman, as we know, is worthy of his or her hire. You can understand what I'm saying right now. But, welcome to the foundation.com. Actually, I'm just playing. Don't go there. I didn't even build it. It's not built yet. Just reserve the site. But it will be built very soon. And, I'm going to put a bunch of information up on there. The foundation, stepping on toes. The foundation is where we understand that incorrect information, incorrectly applied, can get you hurt. Correct information, incorrectly applied, can get you hurt. So we're correctly applying the correct information. And we move forward at all times. We don't worry. We don't concern ourselves with the boo-hoo. We just chugga, choo-choo. That's the foundation. You know what I mean? With that being said, got some callers. I'm going to pull y'all in. So, you can see what it is. First caller, been on hold for a while. 908 area code 04119. Peace. What's your name? What you calling from?
Peace. It's JB, brother.
Oh, JB, man.
Jersey.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. You had me at the currency thing, man. I've been carrying around just in case gold and silver for a minute now. It's funny you said that. Like, I have like like that's like the biggest thing right now. It's that currency bubble. It's no
I feel like it's like I said, consumer spending is down. If all these corporations are laying off jobs, if they're closing stores, if a lot of jobs are being shipped overseas, you got Walmart going to invest $600 million in Chile, but the stock market is at all-time highs. All these companies' stocks are down, but man, it's just goofy to me. It's really goofy.
Well, it fits a particular pattern. It fits like right into other patterns that or why I carry around gold and silver. And also, like, I just want to say, like, I understood everything you just said between the lines, because I've studied also and dealt with folks like you're talking about, and luckily, because I've studied and never got taken too hard, but man, I'm glad to keep people on their toes, man. It's necessary. But I don't want to hog. I want to hog up too much of the line, though. I'm sure people got questions.
I mean, yeah, people got questions, man. But JB, you a regular, man. You got time, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. No, I appreciate finding you guys, because this is education. I mean, because everything you say lines up with stuff that I just see. Like, everything, I'll put it this way. Everything you say lines up with, like, information that I kind of, like, am taking in as I'm, like, reading all these, like, SEC filings, looking for, like, EIN numbers and stuff like that. And just, like, because it's, like, interesting to see how these corporations report and where they allocate what as what. And you know what? That net, and the way the taxes work, that revolving and net thing, that makes sense, too. If those vendors are being taxed as far as the net goes, like, I get where it's all, where it all ties in, and especially what you said with the UCC, and oh man, dude, you're dropping jewels, man.
I mean, I'm trying to step on, I'm stepping on toes, man. Pancake your feet.
Oh yeah, man. And because that always made sense to me. Like, I mean, what you're like that was one thing that was always off, based on what I was reading and understanding versus like that instruction to get rid of that thing. Because from what I could tell, everything in this is about notice. All the notice possible. Like, stop hiding. What are you hiding for? Like, that's
right.
It's like there's no such thing as halfway crooks. That always reminds me of that. When I kind of like hear some people talking, I'm like, are you God or not? Is God like doing this because on the low? Like, I don't know.
Right.
That's just me. And I'm not saying I'm there, there.
Check this out. We all remember. I mean, yes, we do. We all remember the housing market crash, and then the banks had to be bailed out and stuff, right? Remember that? We all remember that.
The derivatives.
Remember all the administrators, the CEOs, some of the administrators of the banks, they got big bonuses.
Yeah, golden parachute.
Remember that? It was like it was a big problem. But look, like, if you're an administrator of a corporation, you're like, I'm just gonna say it. You're like the trustee. You're like the trustee, right? Yeah. So you can amend the corporate documents and put in there whatever bonus you can get, as long as it's within the law, the Internal Revenue, law or whatever.
Well, that's well, what you're describing tonight. It's a system. It's a system within a system that we're not taught about in school. Shocking. There's one of those floating around somewhere. Like this is how. The notorious they, I can't stand using that, but they've created something within the law that it's a system of credit that you're just not taught about. And it feels weird because you're like, oh, why does this work like this? Because it works like that because it was built within the system that's already there to facilitate those who built it. Like it kind of makes sense like when you think about it objectively. Like
it's clever. Evil genius. It's evil genius. I always say that.
It really is.
I've always said it. Once I saw it, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like, when I saw it, it was in a moment, kind of. It was a moment. Yep. It was an epiphany. It was like right there. And it was because of all the study I had done. You know what I mean? But it was right there. Once I saw it, I was like, man, this is evil genius. It is evil genius.
Yeah.
Absolute evil genius.
It's incredible. The combination of the observation of human psychology that's applied so subtly in different places, like over time. Like the only reason it's so messed up now is because it's like the heirs of the system. So they're kind of like everybody else. They're indoctrinated just from their end. But like the people that set this up, they knew the long con. Like
they don't stop my money. I mean, they're not trying to have their money stopped. So that's all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, it's like, are you trying to get? You call up anybody and be like, yo, you trying to get laid off tomorrow? They'd be like, nah, no. You know what I mean? No, I'm not ready. I'm going private, but I'm not ready. Or, most of the time, like, absolutely not. You trying to not get paid for doing what you're doing? Or, you trying to not get the money that you've been getting, that you're used to? You trying to not get that anymore right now? Like, nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody.
They don't realize they're being charged.
It's self-preservation,
It's just once you understand the banking, that's it. Like it's really and you can wrap your head around it. I understand how hard it is to wrap your head around that. That's hard, but it's sort of freeing because it doesn't make sense until you can wrap your head around it. And once you can, like that's how they're playing. They're playing from the end of understanding that like it is created out of thin air. So like they've got, and they know that people are. I worked my life to pay to borrow my own money. That's how the system works. If you don't understand it, and I can admit that. And I'm ready to move forward from that. Because because I'm not going to stick my head in the sand now that I know the truth.
Right.
The game.
But I mean, I think like the last episode I was talking about, truth and taking your medicine, and that's part of taking your medicine. You got to admit that there's an issue so that you can change it. If there's no issue in your mind, then there's nothing to change. If you say I don't have a problem, then you're not going to sit there and try to think of ways to fix the problem because there's no problem.
Right. And that's fine. Don't complain about your taxes or your job or anything else. Like that's the thing.
Well,
don't complain.
I think we gotta look at that pay stub and say, instead of saying, man, they hurting me, man, they doing this, just say, man, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Period. And then say, man, I need to look at fixing this problem. Period. Yeah. I think that's way more of an empowering and less limiting. Say it again.
Your analogies, the suit artist analogy was awesome too. That was great because that explained it really well. I really dug that.
Oh man, I mean, it's just I'm speaking from experience, man. Like it's okay. Look, I was in Europe. And I was on a train going from Cannes. Actually, I was in Nice. I took the train out of Nice, France, the south of France, and I was going to Paris. And there was this French track team or whatever on the train, and they recognized me, and they were asking for my autograph. And not all of them, but a lot of them came up to me and asked for my autograph. And I saw, because I was traveling with my manager at the time, and I saw his face when I was signing those autographs. you know, and
he
was a suit. He was a suit, man. It wasn't, oh, he's proud or that's super cool or anything like that. It was like, man, I'm missing out on money right now. And he was upset.
The income that he wasn't getting. Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just like, you know, I sit back and I put my headphones on and I'm writing lyrics, you know. That's all I have to do because I had way more time to write lyrics and make music than I did when I started touring, especially when I got overseas and stuff, because it got way harder to create. So I put the headphones back on, I lean back in the chair or in the seat on the train, and I just think like, man, I'm so far away from home with no one that truly has my back, personally, me. You know, everybody, it's a suit. And then I realized, like, I had to make a distinction between the people that I met before I put out my first album and the people that I met afterwards, because it was a drastically different type of people. And they were,
that's crazy.
I was being looked at and treated differently, not because of who I was, but because of what I was. And I mean, I can't.
Right.
That stuff that's not described. And I didn't have a mentor to say, hey man, you know, I was in show business and it gets rough, it gets really weird, and here's how. You know, it's stuff that I had to deal with on the fly and learn on the fly, because, you know, the name was on the line, the sales was on the line, everything was on at all times, every time. You know, so yeah, man,
That's
I live
real,
it.
Man.
Like you're either a creator or there's suits and creators, man. That's it. And sometimes creators are wearing suits, but you can see it. You know,
well, I went to film school, and I had a lot of friends go out to LA, and like I saw a lot of artists crushed by just the suit side of it, because, you know, you got a lot of them want to do one thing, but then you go work in the, you know, to pay your dues in the corporate end, and that fizzled a lot of people out because of, you know, they just saw where what wasn't happening and like why, and like yeah, so that's like a crazy, but it's known now. It's like, that's crazy. Like you're a product. People, we know people are products. We know this.
Just understand that the managers at your in place of employment are trained how to manage people. Like there's a psychological component that goes into it, and, you know, it's part of training, management training. Right? It starts at the manager level, right after supervisor. You got there's specific training that's involved to manage people, from sales to an office job to a factory line worker. You know, managers get different training. They get psychological training on how to deal with people. And yes, we're human resources. Period. Point blank. And it's tough. And I'm just here to try to, you know, help with the transition, because I know we're getting out of it. Like, you know, we have to. So I'm just here to help with the transition. That's all I'm here for.
Oh, I'm grateful for it, man. You guys are doing a service. Like I hope people know it. Yeah, high frequency. It is where it's at as far as the places I've listened. You know, as far as a source of I don't know, just information in and of itself. Like, is like, you know, you guys don't sell the stuff you could look up on the internet, which is,
I mean, look,
it
boils down to integrity. Look, man, check it out, JB. If I tell you something that you just didn't know about, and then like 6 months later you realize that you could have got it for free, and I knew that, and I told it to you anyways, like, how you gonna look at me, man?
Yeah. I'll put it this way: I've been sold stuff that I didn't know what I was looking at first, and once I learned what I was looking at, realized that I could do it better. So, like, then I don't consider those people at all anymore because like that. And on top of it, like the way it's handled as far as acting like it was something that like they knew but didn't tell you. I don't know. It's just lame, man. It's just like I saw I've seen practice and pleading reform books and business. Like I know where it all comes from. Like that, it's all public record, man. It's public fucking record.
Yeah.
Like it's
man, the kids, Jason,
so
the kids, man.
So,
but no, I hear you, man.
But seriously, but thank you, and I look forward to Dallas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Dallas is here, or I guess Dallas,
man.
I'm here. Man, it's gorgeous. Man, it's gorgeous.
I'm ready, man. It was like 35 today.
I'm from the Midwest, y'all. I'm a Midwestern boy. So 4 seasons. I get all the 4 seasons. And right now, my hometown is not like this. It's not like this.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
So upper Midwest. So
you got some winners.
Think Great Lakes. Great Lakes area.
Oh, okay.
More like west. Westish. Man, this is public, man. I'm not trying to, put my business out there.
But that's some wintry area. That's some snow up there.
Man. Yeah, it's crucial. It's crucial. Both my parents are from the South. My father is from the South, and my mother's from the South. Actually, my father.
Oh wow.
Actually, when I come to Texas, I go see my cousins and my aunties and uncles and stuff. And my family's down here. I got family down here.
Oh wow, I got family in Texas.
Yeah,
too.
and then they both met in the north in the snow. And I was born, in the fall, so it was snow time. It's ridiculous.
It's
cool.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a great place to raise a family. It's, good private schools, good public schools. I like it.
Yeah, I'm looking to escape the winter eventually.
Yeah. I'm gonna move on to the next caller, bro.
Yep. Absolutely.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in a couple of days, right?
Very good. I'll be there.
All right, man. Cool. Peace to the guys, brother.
All right. Peace.
Next caller. I'm sorry. JB's the homie, though, y'all. 912-0108. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from? 912. Huh? You mumbling, bro. My man, he's eating healthy carrots. That's what he's doing. He can't speak right now. Are you there? 912-0108. All right. I'm going to move on. Ooh, Midwest. 612-3791.
What's going on, man?
What's your name, brother? Where you calling from?
I'm in South Carolina. I'll be up in that section. You see the number? I just saw. I saw that you. First of all, it's highly commendable what you're doing, man. I really appreciate it, and I want to support the cause. I did hear you speak about a website that you're building right now, or it's under development. Man, I don't pay nobody to do that. I got you. That's what I do.
Oh, man.
Check your email.
Appreciate it, man.
Check your email. I just shot that over. That's on the love, I'm down with that, Brothers like you, Polite, all them cats, man. I really appreciate it. So, that's my way of giving back, building the network, That's what we're supposed to do.
Man.
The relationship is worth far more than the money and all that. So, I ain't about to be long-winded. I'm new to all this. My little brother, I'm 25. My little brother, 19, put me on to Yusuf, because I'm going about doing this stuff a different way. in the public using credit profiles and, you know, XYZ. We'll go into that later, but I just, you know, you can learn a lot from the youngest, the ones coming up under you. So he put me on the YouTube. That led me here. My lady sent me the link today to listen. You know, my days run together. I forgot it was Wednesday, so I'm like, oh, cool, thanks, babe. So I'm on here now. I'm like, let me call in. Let me talk to him. You probably got duplicate emails. I'm twerking 2 phones right now, man, so my bad if you got duplicate emails. So.
It's cool. It's cool. There's no problem, brother. You know, man, I'm humbled. I appreciate it. You know, it's not me. It's the creators, the ancestors, man. I feel like I'm just doing my part, but I really appreciate it. And, you know, yeah, man, definitely, man. I'm trying to pancake toes, man. You know, I feel like it's ridiculous out here.
I'm with it. Stand on their throat, man. You got to. Ain't no other way. You know, take one and know one. That's all I really, you know, I ain't trying to be long-winded, and, you know, you got other people behind me who got questions they want to answer, want answered or whatever. We'll talk in the private, man, and I'm with whatever. So I just want to let that be known and show my appreciation, you know. I can't make it to the summit this weekend last minute when I found out, but I definitely be at the next one.
Okay, yeah, next one should be in Jersey. I'm locking it down now.
Matter of fact, I got a partner work at the airline. I'm trying to see if he can work something out for me and my lady coming down there this weekend, but it might be too last minute, so, you know, we'll link.
Well,
like
man,
I said, I'm in that neck of the woods often.
If you're going to do the site, man, if you can get here, you ain't even got to, I'll get you in for free. Get you and your lady in for free.
Say words. Well, let's work on that then. I'm going to holler at I do that tonight and go ahead and hook that up. Well, check your email, man. You'll see. JD, J DeWitt. You'll see it. And shoot me some info so I know, you know, what all accommodations need to be made or whatever.
Yeah, cool. I mean, no, I'm serious, man. If you get
that,
to Dallas,
I ain't playing, you know. I ain't playing.
Walk in. So, yeah, I'll check the email after the show. I'll get back to you tonight because, you know, it's Wednesday. The event's on Saturday, so I'll get back to you tonight.
For sure. Hit that 803 number. You can hit this one. It don't even matter.
Okay, yeah, I'll hit this. I'm going to hit this one.
All right, for sure. All right, I ain't going to hold up no more time, bro. Later. Appreciate you.
Cool. Peace to God.
Peace to God.
Man, that's love. Man, that's love. Look. Unexpectedly. You see how see what happens look. When I started serving y'all, caller, I'm coming to the callers. You know, when I started serving y'all, I'm not even playing. Like, for real, when I started serving and taking care of people, taking care of my brothers and sisters, and looking at people like that in my brothers and sisters, regardless of how they talk to me or get live with me, whatever, that's when my life changed. For the better, like, for real. And I mean, we all have our struggles. I be snapping. I'm telling you, you know, I get passionate. I go off. I jab out. You know, we all have our issues and stuff, but overall, you know, I just want to help people, and I want to have a positive impact on your life. I don't want to see, you know, I've been through a lot of pain. I've seen a lot of pain, and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. And I know a lot of our pain comes from our finances. So, you know, this is where I'm at, and, you know, I know that if your finances are doing, if your pockets are feeling better, when you're walking down the street, you walk past me, you know, you probably going to say hello and give me a good morning. When I give you a good morning, you know, it'd be more of what would I say, positive reciprocating interaction. And, you know, so on and so forth. My children got to be out here in this life, and I'm not trying to have them run into your children if you really upset and you raise your children like that. Because that's not what it's about, y'all. I mean, not with me. And it's like that for me. So, you know, when it comes to what I'm doing here with High Frequency, and, you know, I'll speak for Yusuf. I can speak for you know, Sharif. I can speak for the people that I deal with, and, you know, this is we do this for charity. We do this because we love y'all, and we do this because I like to see people smile. If you're eating at a restaurant and I'm sitting next to you and you're laughing and you start truly laughing, I mean really laughing, I'm probably gonna start laughing too. You know, That stuff is contagious, man. I'd rather be in a good mood than a bad mood, and I have a choice, and that's what I choose. And I suggest you do the same because you have a choice too. You know what I'm saying? Peace, 205-0377. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Mellow Faith, bro. What it is? What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Brother, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. Just wrapping up Gangsta War. Just wrapping up. Just getting in, turning in, just trying to see what the topic was for the night, bro. I'm about to go back in the archive and get my notes and play catch up. You know what I'm saying? But I had a baseball game today, so I had to catch that for the first time and support that. You know what I'm saying? So we still.
How'd it go? How'd the game go?
Game went well. They won, matter of fact.
All right.
Yeah, it went well. Went well. Oh yeah, I got an offer too. Met an elder, man. Met an elder who's in tune with the National Black Conference, Farmers Convention, and he came down to Alabama today, man. He drove 3 hours, and he's working on a $500,000 grant from the universities and whatnot, and he's gonna add us in on it. So trying to take advantage of that too as well, and yeah. So I'm definitely.
That's live, man. Congratulations.
Indeed.
Congratulations, man. Hey, man, did I see you? You're not gonna be here this weekend, are you?
Man, that's why I'm about to catch you on the next one. Definitely, I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man, because we're gonna do a little family thing as well on that same date. Matter of fact, well, on the 29th actually. You know what I'm saying? And I had to make some preparations and whatnot to get to there. But I'm definitely, my word is definitely, man, I'm gonna make it out to the next one. And you know what I'm saying? Definitely try to bring the family out with me.
All right, yeah. Man, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet you. I'm not even gonna say it'll be good to meet you. I'm gonna say, I can't wait to meet you.
Indeed. Likewise, bro. Likewise.
So
I can't write it off. You heard me?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Write that one off.
Write that one off.
Yes, sir.
That's how we got to get to. We got to get to that point.
Indeed. So what the topic was tonight, so?
Business credit versus personal credit. I was going over.
Man.
I was comparing and contrast a little bit, talking about the benefits of situations where you use the business credit, where versus benefits of situations using the personal credit. And,
right.
I kind of went in and broke it down a little bit. The foundation. I just do the foundation. I just lay the foundation so people can stand. I just want y'all to stand. So I don't go too deep, but yeah, I broke it down.
Interesting.
I hope I broke it down.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a little bit in tune with that, and that was funny because we was talking about that the other day. Me and the wife was talking about that the other day about business credit and whatnot, and obtaining a house for the first time buyers and all of that. So we was talking about that the other day. So yeah, right in line.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, there's moves that we can make right now that'll put us in a better position, usually within 2 to 3 months. And if we can't make the move right now, we can start making moves. Oh man,
by that time
we can start making moves. Yeah, we can start making moves. So in the next 3 to 6 months, we can make moves that'll put us in a different position, right there. And honestly, never look back. Never look back. Never look back. So I'm working towards that private jet status. I don't know about you. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And I'm not talking about buying a private jet. I'm just saying, y'all, you can your corporation can contract with private jet charter companies. That's what I'm saying. So I'm working the corporation to be able to expense, private jet, charter company expenses.
Right.
For the administrators.
Right.
Okay. I'm working towards that. So, and it's feasible. I've looked at rates and, but I'm not going to do it before. I'm not going to do it before I can. And, that's where delayed gratification comes in.
Right.
We got to be able to wait and not jump out the window, as my uncle would say. You know what I mean? So,
I feel you. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the move right there, man. Definitely. But yeah, we're gonna definitely meet up though. We're gonna definitely meet up though. So you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we gotta do business, man. So I'm just tuning in and just checking in. You know what I'm saying? The brother's still out there. The brother Ethan, he's still out there. You know what I'm saying? He on the truck run and whatnot. I think he's supposed to be touching down one of these weekends or something like that. He in training mode. You know what I'm saying? Position. So
yeah.
the truck, leasing that.
Tell him I said peace. And keep moving.
Indeed. Oh, he on current circulator too. The brother got on current circulator, so I put him in on it, and he said, man, he love it because he been listening to all these. You know, I'm gonna say these quick now get rich type calls with guys. He's like, you ain't gotta tell nothing, you ain't gotta do nothing, just tune into my program. And then I was like, bruh, man, listen, put that down. Look, put that down. Listen, just go to current circulator, check it out. Put your $25 for your admission and pay your back office, you know what I'm saying, fee, admission fee, and whatnot, and just get on that, man. Because basically what Yusuf is doing, he's teaching you, and you teaching you, and you you're basically, man, like you're paying yourself to learn it, you know what I'm saying, to get through it. So you can't beat that, though, man. You can't beat that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta, however the best way to get it. Just get it. It's just, that's how I feel. Let's just get it. And
right.
It's definitely better than that. Get rich quick. I never even still like athletes. They get rich and then they go broke because they don't know how to administer the funds.
True.
You just win the lottery and go broke. You don't know how to administer the funds. So. You take the long way, man. Appreciate you calling in, Brother Mello Bay, man.
Indeed.
Appreciate you coming in. Check out the archives, man, and I'll catch you next week, man.
I am. I definitely will.
Next Wednesday. All right, brother.
In a minute, peace.
Peace to the guys, man. All right, y'all. That's it. I know. I'm sorry, man. I ain't taking no more callers. I'm out of town. I got the event this Saturday to get ready for. Family business, private wealth, going down. DFW. You can shuttle from the airport. You ain't got to rent a car. Get to the airport, shuttle. Get you to a room. You'll be good. If you want information, hit me up. HFRN.Foundation@gmail.com. Also, what I will say publicly, I do train trustees. I'm a trustee. I administer trusts. I have trust accounts. Okay? Hit me up, HFRN.Foundation@gmail.com if you want to, sit down with that. As well as, we'll be introducing the Private Family Foundation. It's a 501c3 determined entity, so it's tax exempt, but it's in trust form, so it's contract. If you know what I'm talking about, that's crazy. And that's what you need to do. I have one for my family that I administer, and I administer another one as well. Just because, I'm pretty popular. People want me to be a trustee. And at this point, I'm able to, if it's a good enough situation, I'm signing on to, I have signed on to some trust to, help with the administration. And, it's something to know. And I'm going to tell you this. The private is mirrored by the public. So if you know what you're doing on this side, on the corporate side, it's easy as pie. But a workman is worthy of his hire. So I'm not going to gas you up, and I'm not going to throw you for a loop. And but it is what it is. So hit me up, HFRN.Foundation@gmail.com. Also, business credit, corporate structure. You want to get your structure together. System of regulating trusts. Entity classification with the IRS. You want fringe benefits. Your personal. I'm a consultant. Man. Hit me up. I'm out here, and I'm here to serve. So, it's been a pleasure as always. This is the Foundation on High Frequency Radio Network. Shout out to anyone who called in, everyone who pushed one. I'm sorry if I didn't get to, your call. Call in next week. It is what it is. Next week, I don't know the topic, but you know me, I'm gonna come with it. I'll do my best to jab out. Hit me up if you want to get with the event this Saturday. It's going to be cold. I talked to Yusuf today on the phone, and he said he's coming in town. I don't know if he's coming in tonight or what, but he's coming in, and it's going to be informative. It's going to be great. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a party. So I would love to see you there, but, it's not the only event we're doing. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be good to yourself. Love yourself, You can't throw it in the air if you don't have it in your hands, y'all. So if you don't have love, you can't get love. If you don't have money, you can't give money. If you don't have sense, you can't give sense. If you don't have a plan, you can't give your plan. If you don't have the way, you can't give the way. And, I've found that we're most happy when we're giving. And you need to be in a position to be able to give. So we got to get in our hands first. We got to understand the foundation of, what we're doing with regards to business, whether it be personal or private. And that, that's what I'm here for. I do definitely want to say thank you once again. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Whether you're listening live, whether you're calling in live, whether you're listening on the archive to the foundation, here on highfrequencyradionetwork.com. I'm your host, Sol, and I will catch you next week, next Wednesday, same time. Excuse me. Same host, same foundation. Appreciate you. I love y'all, and enjoy yourself. Peace to the gods.
Gonna sing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.